Please welcome back to Justice Southbury, Yesenia Rivera-Snipes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yesenia, as Rick said, and this is my daughter, Rosie. I'd like to share a little bit about myself and about my family. I'm Puerto Rican, my husband is Black, and we're raising 3 biracial children here in this community. We've lived in Southbury for about 3.5 years now, and I have to say that the activism that I strive for in my youth has really taken a back seat to me raising my family. And raising 3 Black children in this climate feels like being an activist every day. When we were looking for a place to move, we were living in New York City in 2020, and we were looking at the communities in Connecticut, which is where my husband is from. We were having a really hard time reconciling moving from such a diverse community into more of a homogenous community. And we thought overall it would be the most beneficial for our children to move to the suburbs and get out of the city, especially during COVID. As I drove around, I saw lots of Trump signs in communities, and it really gave me pause about where we were going to choose to raise our family. But as we drove down the street, Sunday after Sunday, looking at houses, we saw your signs, we saw everyone gathered here, and during that time it was particularly difficult because there was so much attention being given to young Black men and women who were being killed. And I was especially nervous for my 2 young sons who are going to be men, it feels like any minute now. And driving down this road, I really felt the energy of this crowd made me feel like Southbury was a town that we could move to, and we could create a family here and a community here and raise our kids in a place where they would feel welcomed and safe. So I just want to say thank you. It still brings me to tears now because it was a very scary time, and you have no idea how much comfort seeing you on this corner gave us. So, with that, I'm going to read my speech now. So, as I said, I'm a mom of 3. I'm also an attorney. And like all parents, my husband and I are trying to raise our kids to teach them important values, to work hard and achieve their goals, to be proud of their diverse culture, and to be kind human beings. But my husband and I also have the responsibility of readying them for the realities of living in a society amid racism. In the years since we moved here, my family's been very fortunate to find a community of friends where we feel supported and loved. Despite having been welcomed by most of their peers, my boys, now aged 16 and 10, have experienced blatant racism in school and on their sports teams since we moved here. They have both been called the N-word and been the butt of racist jokes more than once in these settings. So I have to say, words do matter and words do hurt. We have navigated holding these children accountable for their actions with very little success here. It's clear that there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. I'm grateful that an organization like Justice Southbury exists here in our new hometown. Justice Southbury and organizations like it are crucial in today's American political landscape because it serves as a mechanism for members of our community to advocate for the rights of its underrepresented members and bring attention to issues that might otherwise be ignored by mainstream leadership here. It helps to hold those in power accountable and drives progress towards a more equitable society. Throughout history, the pursuit of social justice has been a cornerstone of progress. It's driven movements that have expanded rights, dismantled oppressive systems, and empowered marginalized communities. From the civil rights movement to the fight for the LGBTQ+ equality, organizations like Justice Southbury have championed causes aimed at creating a more equitable society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. In recent years, we've witnessed a concerning rise of extremism that threatens to undermine these hard-fought gains. Some seek to roll back progress on issues like civil rights, reproductive rights, environmental protections, and promote policies that reinforce existing inequalities. The rise of this extremism is fueled by fear, misinformation, and a desire to maintain the status quo of power and privilege. From attempts to redistrict voting rights to efforts to undermine reproductive freedom and dismantle social safety nets, extremists pose a significant threat to the principles of equality and justice that I hold dear and I know you hold dear. In the face of this challenge, it's more important than ever, for us to continue advocating for social justice and resisting efforts to turn back the clock on progress. By working together as an organization and as individuals in our community, we can assure that the arc of history continues to bend towards justice, even in the face of opposition from extremists. While Justice Southbury works on a broader scale to accomplish these goals, as an individual, I feel the best way for me to accomplish these goals is one conversation at a time. In my years since moving here, I've had countless conversations with new friends and acquaintances, listening to their views and sharing my own in an effort to reach a common ground and understanding about these critical issues related to social justice, and explaining that this particular organization and its members are not dangerous or extreme, but kind and courageous, and who champion equality and acceptance for all members of our community. So I want to thank you for asking me to speak today. I look forward to watching this organization continue to grow, and I vow to take more of an active role in helping it to do so. So thank you.